Beautiful Saturday, and today I wanted to go live to talk about the code in which I just taught my young guys in the academy about what it means to tell the truth and what it means to live by the code that I am teaching them in the Warriors Way system, which it comes down to these 4 elements. How do we get real? How do we get real about the facts of our lives? Like, what are the facts? What's working in your life and what's not working in your life? This is what we just went over with the guys at the academy, is what is working in their life and what's not. Then after we get real with the facts of where we're at, now we can start attaching the emotion to it. How do we feel about the facts of our life? How do we feel about the working? How do we feel about the not working? And then we go into pulling a relevant focus, because here's the thing. If you are going to have emotions about the facts of your life and where you're at today, then you also need to know that there's a relevant focus to where you can get the results that you want. If we can be honest with where we're at, honest with how we feel about it, and be relevant with those feelings and emotions that we have and the facts that we don't like, and point into a direction where we can see the results that we want by setting a new standard. And so we're talking about this code, and one of the biggest things that I saw in this group is that I have to lead with vulnerability. If you are ever wanting people to actually open up to you, or if you are ever wanting people to live by the code in your life, then you have to be the example. You have to be the leader that is showing that, hey, I can get vulnerable. And so on the call, I did. I talked about the fact that, hey, am I very proud of my relationship with my mom right now? No, I'm not. That's the reality. And I get to be able to dive into the fact that I want to have a different relationship with my mom. But if I don't address the facts about that, our relationship isn't working the way that I wish, then I would never actually see that there's anything to change. And if I only cared about my emotions and feelings in the situation, then I would constantly be doing what I've been doing these last few weeks or last month or so, which is just, I will hide it away because I don't like the way I feel when I have to look at the facts of the facts that I have not actually hung out with my mom, my real mom, in over a month. That is not something that I'm necessarily proud of. But at the same time, I want that to change. And so if I want that to change, then I can look at, okay, perfect, what do I need to actually do? There's actions that I can take that can actually eradicate this problem that I have. And that's the declaration that I made to my guys. I'm going to be able to have a lunch with my mom and be able to have a real conversation with her and be able to set a new standard for our relationship so that we can both get what we want. Because at the end of the day, my mom wants to be connected to me. I want to be connected to my mom. But we are stuck in the feelings of how we are feeling and not talking about them. And we are not talking about the real situation of the facts of our relationship, which is we don't really talk as much as we want to. And so when I opened up to the guys and I am telling them these things, it allows for them to say, hey, I have permission to do the same. I have permission to look at things that I'm not that comfortable with. And that allows for real transformation. That allows for real breakthroughs. When we look at the game of what I'm teaching young men, I am teaching them how to get real and honest with the facts of their life and what they feel about it. And then I'm also allowing them to sit in these emotions and then decide where they want to go. And once they decide where they want to go, then we can break this down into a game. Because see, once we have the facts of our reality of where we're sitting today, and then we paint a picture of where we want to be, let's say 6 months from now we can start breaking that down into what do we need to do this month. Now it doesn't seem that impossible. Whereas if I tell you right now, hey, I'm gonna put on 30 pounds in the next 6 months. In reality, when I look at that 30 pounds, I'm like, oh shit, guys, I gotta fucking eat. I gotta eat 5,000 calories today, and I gotta make sure that I work out 40 times today, because you know what? That 30 pounds is never gonna come. But then when I break that down in 6 months, I realize that, hey, I need to actually gain 5 pounds every month, which means I need to gain just about a pound every week. Okay, perfect. So now we take that and we look at, what do I need to do today? Today, I need to hit 3 to 4 meals a day, and I need to work out. Now that seems a lot less daunting than necessarily putting 30 pounds on all at once. But this is what I see in all these young guys, and I see in myself too, is that you want to look at the big target of where you're going, and you don't want to look at the minuscule actions that you need to do today. And so we end up in this cycle of procrastination and not actually getting the results that we want, because we are constantly looking at the vision instead of looking at the action. It's good to have a vision of where you want to go, but then you also need to take yourself back to the actions that you need to take on a daily basis. And so when I look at everything that you are actually doing to be able to grow as an individual, we are not after New Year's resolutions. We're after human evolution. We are after our ability to grow as a human being, not simply set a target and feel good for about a month and then know that, oh, we're going to wait till next year. We're going to wait till the New Year's and we're going to set all these New Year's resolutions. If I ask anyone what their New Year's resolution was this last year, I guarantee you that at least 60 to 70% of them are not even on target or don't even care about them anymore. And why is that? Because it's become a standard for us to be able to set wishful thinking targets as New Year's resolutions, but not actually fulfill on any of them. And so, what are you doing to be able to actually look at the facts of your life so that you can start determining where you want to go? And what is your ruthless commitment to actually seeing results that you want to see? Because just like I told you guys earlier in this live, if I want to create a new standard in my relationship with my mom, then I have to actually be honest with her on where I'm at. I actually have to be honest with myself on where I'm at. And then I have to be able to take action on that to be able to change it. And that is scary. Because the biggest things that hold us back in life, we tend to not actually take action on because we are scared of what might come. And the scared of the unknown is what allows you to sit in fear and allows you to not actually take action, and then allows you in a huge cycle. Jordan, you said, I want to be able to tell a girl straight up that they are cute. How can I be better at that? Well, bro, you have to first look at the standard that you have in your life and what are the facts of yours. Let's say that Jordan is scared to go and talk to a girl and say, hey, you're cute. That's a reality. That's okay. If that's the facts, that's fine. But now what do we want? Well, we want to be able to go to girls and we want to say, hey, I think you're really cute and I'd love to get to know you. There's a story that I have to overcome in that, Jordan, for yourself, that you can break by simply saying, hey, is this story serving me? Is the facts that are not working, are they actually serving me? No? Okay, perfect. We need to replace that with something else. So where is a time where you were able to go up to a girl, say she was cute, or go up to a girl and have a casual conversation where you did not feel like you were not showing up the way you wanted? And then from there, you can actually start testing this. And honestly, it comes down to reps. You have to get comfortable with going against the stories that you have in your head. And you have to be comfortable with going to war against your insecurities and against your fears. So out of everything that I'm talking about, this really comes down to the code and all the game and frameworks that we live in the academy to be able to allow young men to get results with their families, to get results in their bodies, to get results in their spirituality, and to get results in their business desires and their passions and visions for life. And so, if you're wanting to be able to be a part of this group and you want to be able to learn more about this real system that I'm going to be talking about here on Instagram coming into this next week, then DM me for more information and I'll make sure that I set you up with the actual tools and systems that we live here at the Academy that set young men free by liberating them to their truth and allowing them to take action to create new realities for themselves. And so I'm going to the event, the Warrior event, which is teaching us the method in which I can help be able to teach other people this even better. And so I'll be talking to you guys later, but for now, that'll be it. And I hope that everyone has a beautiful Saturday. Let me know. DM me if you want more information.